Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Beautiful day. It's a beautiful day.
Good morning. Welcome to a brand new day. I am happy that you are alive. This morning we want to be taking on this topic, what matters. May the name of the Lord be glorified. I'll be reading from Ecclesiastes chapter 2. We want to look at some of the things we actually have desire, or things we are desiring and things we are aspiring to do, and learn from the wisdom that has been. From the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 2, from verse 1, I will be simply reading so that you understand. Solomon in this place wanted to know what matters in life, or what will bring fulfillment. It started like this: I said to myself, come now, I will test you with pleasure to find out what is good. But that also provided to be meaningless. So the first thing he did in verse 2 was to go for laughter, going for comedy shows to know whether it will bring that fulfillment. Verse 2, laughter, I said, it is madness. And what does pleasure accomplish? I tried sharing myself with wine. Then he decided to go to beer parlor to know whether this is where the fulfillment is. This is where the joy is. So he went to the beer parlor with his brain. This time around, he's conscious something. He went there. He said, I tried sharing myself with wine and embracing folly. My mind still guiding me with wisdom. I wanted to see what was good for people to do under the heavens during the few days of their life. I wanted to see what really matters. In verse 4, he said, he decided to go further, to explore, to know what actually will bring fulfillment. He undertook great projects. I built houses for myself and planted vineyards. Remember, he said houses, not just one. If you build one now, you desire another, and you desire another. Some that have not built house, they will think, if I build one house, I'm done. I know I've achieved. By the time you build one, you need another, and then you need another. Having all these plants and vineyards was what he desired. They want to see fulfillment. He said, I made gardens and parks and planted all kinds of fruits. Have garden, have farm where he can plant his own and reap his own things, his own food produce. Parks, amusement parks where you can have fun, a cinema in your house, snooker, swimming pool, all those things that gives joy. These are parks. He said, and I planted all kinds of fruits therein. In verse 6, he said, I made reservoirs to water grooves and flourishing the trees he planted. So he made water flow. He doesn't like everything, beautiful things. Verse 7, he said, he bought male and female slaves, had other slaves who were born in my house. He bought slaves, people under him. Power. You think if you have the power, then you have the fulfillment. People that will serve you, orders and all of that. He had it. Even slaves were born, the one that were born in his house. He had all of this. He said, I also own more herds and flocks than anyone in Jerusalem before me. He had businesses. During the time, his businesses, rearing flocks and planting trees, cultivating, fishing, and all of that are the major investments. So for you to be a herdsman, to have a flock and all of that, flocks of sheep and all of that, that means you are wealthy. It's like having companies, different companies now. Let me invest in this, invest in that, and all of that. Maybe that is where I will find fulfillment. He said, but nothing. He said, verse 6, he says, I amassed silver and gold for myself, and the treasure of kings and provinces. He had enough gold and silver. It's like having a fat, large bank account now. Saving dollars and pounds, saving your money in the hard currencies. In fact, if he gives you ATM card, you cannot exhaust his money. He had that. He said, I acquired male and female singers. I know some people that hire singers every now and then during Christmas to sing for them. He had people in his palace singing for him. He tried also music to know whether it will bring joy, fulfillment. But still, after the track finishes, after they finish singing, he still did not give the fulfillment he desires. I acquire male and female singers and Haram as well, the delights of man's heart. I became greater far more than anyone in Jerusalem before me. In all this my wisdom. Also, they stayed with him. One of the things he did was that it was very vital, which we saw they had females. He had women to his name. Okay, if it is woman that will give me that joy, let me acquire women. He tried all of that, but still, and none of them gave him joy. So he tried several things. All of these things are things that we think if we get will be fulfilled. Some people think that if they will get this money, get any woman that they will like. Remember, Solomon had women. He wanted to find pleasure. In fact, from this I noticed that Solomon, all that he did was intentionally where he was looking to prove that there is no fulfillment. You can gather all of these things and still have no fulfillment. You still be empty. You still be worried. And all of them will still not matter. And then what matters? In the verse 10, he said, I denied myself nothing my eyes desired. I refused my heart no pleasure. My heart took delight in all my labor, and this was reward for all my toil. Yet I survey all that my hand has done, and what I had toiled to achieve. Everything was meaningless, a chasing after the wind. Nothing was gained under the sun. For all of the things he did, he find them as nothing. All the wisdom that he pursued. In fact, some people think that if they will go on and be knowledgeable, acquire the highest degrees, they will have that fulfillment. If you finish masters, you say, no, it's not enough. Go for PhD, after PhD, professorship, and all the height of learning. The only thing it will even bring to you is misery. They say something there that when you find out that the one of the things that will give you more misery is knowing too much and people around you don't even know. Okay, so you acquire all of these things and people that one day will squander them. He said again, I turned my thought to consider wisdom and all madness and folly. What more can king's successor do? Then what has already been done? I saw the wisdom is better than folly, just as light is better than darkness. These wise have eyes in their heads, while the fools walk in the darkness. But I came to realize that the same fate overtakes them both. Then I said to myself, the fate of the two fool is overtaking me also. He find out all the wisdom that he wants to acquire and all the knowledge he wants to acquire, he will still die like someone that did not go to school. He will still die like someone that did not build a house. He will still die like somebody that did not acquire women. He will still die like somebody that didn't have silver and gold. So what are all of this folly? So he decided at the end, he find out that there's only one way to fulfillment, and that is being able to fulfill the purpose while you are here on earth. Being able to fulfill the purpose. We might chase shadows, looking for things, looking for pleasures, the things we see on social media, the things that entice our eyes. He said anything that he sees, he buys. No pleasure. Everything his eye sets, he gets. In all of these things, he find it meaningless. He was worried and very, very bitter at the end, saying that all of this is folly. In fact, he is going to leave everything that he has acquired to to one fool who inherits all of those things and may even try to sell all of them. That was his greatest regret. I will acquire these things to people and leave it for people to squander at the end. Why not find purpose? Why not do the right thing? The best wisdom you can get is the knowledge of God, where you will be rest assured that you are safe for life. Why not, in all this tussle and bustling and hustling, why not find purpose that will give you fulfillment? Why not, at the end, bring glory to God? Why not, at the end, when you get home, when you die, just like ordinary human being that must die, that everyone must die, we know that. Why not after this life, what will become of me? This morning wisdom is telling you that nothing that you strive for will last. If you get all of these things you want to get, still you will not still have fulfillment. The only thing that will give you fulfillment is knowing that you are at peace with your Maker, knowing that you have fulfilled the purpose. Jesus said on the cross, "It is finished." He said, "I will do the work of He who sent me. Now there is day. Night is coming when I cannot walk." At night you will not be fulfilled. Let me tell you, by the time you die, you will be straight in coffin, and then they will bury you, and you will not go with any of those things. Why not find your Maker? Things that you are killing yourself to acquire, people have acquired them, and they find out that it still will not give you that fulfillment. The fulfillment will come from fulfilling the purpose why God brought you, and at the end you have peace with God, and at the end you have peace with your Maker. You will not be alienated from your Maker. My name is Pastor Rainbow, voice from the wilderness, with this wireless, telling you to make sure that you are right with your Maker, that you are synchronizing with your Maker, that the Spirit in you beareth witness with your spirit that you are with your Maker, that you are a child of God. Have a lovely day.